The City of Cuero wants to keep you informed. Here's your April 8th Cuero City Council meeting recap. In the recognitions portion of the meeting, Police Chief Stephen Ellis introduced the newest addition to the Cuero Police Department, Officer Jonathan Banda, to Council. A Cuero High School alumnus and a 2023 graduate from the Police Academy of Victoria, Officer Banda officially began his duties on April 1st. Banda, accompanied by his family, participated in a photo session marking the occasion. The meeting continued with Mayor Sarah Post-Meyer reading the Clarence N. Stevenson Unit Day Proclamation in recognition of the 30th anniversary of the Clarence N. Stevenson Unit. April 10th was proclaimed Clarence N. Stevenson Day in DeWitt County and Cuero, with Mayor Meyer presenting the proclamation to Senior Warden Jacob Harrison. Recognitions concluded with the Arbor Day Proclamation. Mayor Meyer designated April 26th as National Arbor Day and presented the proclamation to Cuero Tree Board member Bill Hickey, affirming the city's commitment to environmental stewardship and the importance of trees in the community. In the action and considerations portion, the discussion focused on the Cuero Volunteer Fire Department's upcoming music event. City Manager Wayne Berger and CVFD Chief Craig Oakes outlined the event, which will be held at the Rodeo Arena and feature country and Tejano music. Enhanced security measures and a fenced area will ensure safety for the anticipated 3,500 to 4,000 attendees. The plan includes specific arrangements for alcohol sales, ample parking, and essential amenities, along with an advertising campaign aimed at reaching 10,000 people to ensure a successful turnout. Council approved the event unanimously. CVFD's request for hotel-motel tax fund assistance for the music event was also presented before Council, with a request for $50,000 specifically aimed at supporting the discussed advertisement efforts. Finance Director Connie Hawes, having worked closely with the CVFD on their application, confirmed that all requirements were met, making all expenses eligible for funding. Council, after considering the request for $50,000, approved $45,000 in support. Park Superintendent David Danish presented proposals for cemetery improvements funded by the Cemetery Fund to Council. He outlined plans for a new irrigation system to assist in site maintenance for $5,200, a sliding gate to address unauthorized parking issues for $13,000, and a survey to explore expansion due to nearing capacity for $5,960. Council unanimously approved these proposals. Additionally, Mayor Meyer introduced the idea of discussing the addition of a mausoleum in a future meeting. Council then discussed two change orders. The first involved a change order with Synergy LLC, presented by City Manager Wayne Berger, which includes the addition of a hydrovac for the trenching process at a cost of $30,000. This is related to a task order from June or July 2023 for necessary work in the substation required for the LCRA project, with a task order amounting to $750,000. It was noted that this change order, similar to the task order, will be fully funded by LCRA. Council granted the city manager authority to approve this change order and unanimously approved the proposal. Park Superintendent David Danish, alongside City Manager Wayne Berger, presented the second change order for the Alexander Park Splash Pad project. This change order includes the addition of a 10 by 31 foot concrete slab, fencing, and shade structures, as well as the installation of 7 picnic tables within the splash pad area. The total cost for these additions is quoted at $24,748, excluding the picnic tables, which are expected to cost an additional $4,000 to $5,000. Finance Director Connie Hawes clarified that this change order falls within the overall budget previously approved for the Splash Pad project, indicating that these costs had been accounted for in the project's financial planning. The change order represents a reallocation of the existing budget towards these specific enhancements that were not part of the initial project scope. Council unanimously approved this change order, concluding the actions and considerations portion of the meeting. In the resolutions portion of the meeting, Council approved the Urban Engineering WWTP permit renewal. City Manager Wayne Berger explained that the wastewater treatment plant's waste permit, which is valid for 5 years, requires a renewal submission 180 days before its expiration. This resolution was unanimously approved by Council. Next, the resolution concerning the Downtown Revitalization Program Sidewalk Bid project was discussed. Matt Glaze from Urban Engineering provided an overview of the project, detailing a bid of $470,945 for various improvements. These include bump outs at Gonzales Street and Main Street, ADA ramps near the museum and venue on Church Street and Gonzales Street, as well as new and replaced sidewalks along Church Street and Esplanade Street between Church and Courthouse Streets. The project also includes lighting installations along Esplanade Street and an additional light on Church Street to fill a lighting gap. This resolution also received unanimous approval from Council, with work expected to commence 1 to 2 months after contract execution, with no anticipated setbacks. Council entered an executive session to discuss the appointment for the Cuero City Council District 1 position. Upon reconvening in open session, Councilmember Glover nominated Shannon Henson for the vacancy. The Council unanimously agreed to Glover's nomination. Shannon Henson will serve the remainder of Freeman's term, which concludes in May 2025. Building official Carl Finney led the first reading of an ordinance section, presenting several building code amendments. The codes discussed included the International Property Maintenance Code, the International Mechanical Code, International Residential Code 2021, International Existing Building Code 2021, International Fuel Gas Code 2021, International Energy Conservation Code, National Electric Code 2020, International Fire Code 2021, International Building 2021 Code, International Plumbing 2021 Code, and the International Swimming Pool 2021 Code. Council's discussion covered the enforceability of the new codes, how the public could access and understand these changes, and their applicability to different types of construction. Finney reassured that the updates were necessary, with minimal room for opting out, as they ensured safety and compliance across all construction projects, including remodels where only the remodeled area would need to comply, except for universal requirements like fire alarms. Specific inquiries were made about how these codes would affect dilapidated structures, with Finney indicating that these updates would indeed have an impact, marking a preliminary step towards broader enforcement and compliance measures, including a forthcoming abatement ordinance. During the discussion on the International Swimming Pool 2021 Code, Council sought further details on barrier requirements. Building official Carl Finney provided an overview of the types of barriers mandated by the code and the conditions under which these barriers would be necessary. City Attorney James Crane III amended the ordinances from emergency readings to first readings, and Council unanimously approved the first reading of all building code updates, except for the International Fire Code 2021. This code was postponed due to its use of an outdated fire code and will be updated to current codes before being presented again. In the second reading of an ordinance section, Chief Ellis discussed the updated fees for animal control, which will be effective from June 1, 2024. The discussion clarified 3 key distinctions. A dangerous animal, as defined as one that attacks a human or other animal without provocation. A dangerous wild animal refers to dangerous animals that are exotic, like tigers. And a dangerous animal in a more common context refers to domestic animals, such as dogs and cats. With these definitions clarified, Council unanimously approved the ordinance, setting its effective date for June 1, 2024. Council approved the consent agenda, which included extension of the Chamber Building lease, authorization for the Hospital Street Dance closure on May 17, 2024, approval for the Hometown Harvest on Main Street closure on April 29, 2024, the reappointment of Eula Mathis to the Housing Authority Board, and the replacement of Marcellus Wesley with Christopher Hasso, the appointment of Julie Gibbs as new Museum Board member. Council entered an executive session to deliberate on an earnest money real estate sales contract with the Lucy May Hall Living Trust for the purchase, exchange, or value of real property in the city of Cuero. Upon reconvening in the public meeting, Council decided to instruct Crane to contact Judge Hall to proceed with drafting the contract. To close out the meeting, Mayor Meyer expressed gratitude towards the city for organizing the Easter egg hunt, highlighting the event's good turnout and its success in bringing the community together for a memorable occasion. The Cuero City Council meeting recap is intended to keep Cuero citizens informed and does not reflect all matters currently before the Council. For further information, concerns, or public input, please contact the Office of the City Secretary. For the latest updates in the City of Cuero, as well as Council meeting agendas, minutes, and more, visit www.cityofcuero.com.